this event. Yuki MORISHITA for Japan, Ashleigh McCONNELL representing Australia, and Shanntol from Trinidad and Tobago go in heat 1. Three heats for the women's 400 freestyle S9. INCE from Trinidad and Tobago finished 10th at the Paralympic Games in 2012. The women's 400 freestyle S9, the first heat, and off to a very strong start. Ashleigh McCONNELL, the Australian, flanked by MORISHITA on her right-hand side, and INCE, Trinidad and Tobago on the left. Well, that was a good first 25 by McCONNELL. Won a gold medal in last year's World Championships as part of the relay team for Australia, but taking the early lead at the first turn, it's MORISHITA. She finished 4th in the Asian Para Games in this event, just 19 years of age, competing in her first Paralympic Games. She's going out very strong indeed.
Yes, this is a very quick pace. MORISHITA knows that she needs to make up. Her seeding time is not sensational, but if she can improve on that by some margin, she has a hope of perhaps swimming in the final, and that'll be the aim ultimately of MORISHITA. The seeding times for the swimmers from the qualification time for the Paralympic Games sees them seeded in the various heats, with generally the slowest swimmers going in heat 1 and the fastest swimmers going in the last heat, however many there are. There are 3 in this event, which will see the likes of Ellie Cole of Australia, of course, go. But an opportunity for swimmers in the earlier heats to post quick enough times to fight their way through for a place in the final. But MORISHITA is going to need to pick up the pace slightly. Has she got enough to do exactly that?
Well, turning in the lead there, 3-second advantage over McCONNELL of Australia. MORISHITA is extending that lead, but a second slower on that third 50 metres, and she can't afford to drop the pace from this, having to swim it from the front. It's a tough call in a 400-metre race. No one to pace, and it really is a matter of going all out to make it into the final. The top 8 from these 3 heats will get to race again in the final. So now the 200-metre mark, Yuki MORISHITA. Another 2 seconds slower over that 4th 50. Ashleigh McCONNELL starting to close the gap slightly on the Japanese athlete. Shanntol, INCE, Trinidad and Tobago still staying in touch, more consistent with her splits. The athletes on that last 50 all posting 41 seconds for their 4th 50 metres. But now Ashleigh McCONNELL starting to up her pace and really clawing back on MORISHITA. MORISHITA had a 3-second lead 100 metres ago, and now only just turning ahead. Again, another second slower for MORISHITA, but McCONNELL took almost 2 seconds off her previous 50 metres and now takes the lead.
Well, MORISHITA is swimming at the moment 4 odd seconds slower than she was 100 metres ago, so this is a sign that she is tiring with the 50-metre distance, and McCONNELL is coming to her own. In fact, she is half a second quicker than she was 150 metres ago, so McCONNELL is picking up the pace, although ever so slightly, fairly consistent overall. Shanntol, INCE just dropping off a little again with a slower last 50 meters, but MORISHITA looks to have tired herself out, trying to go out a little too fast in the hopes perhaps of posting a quick time, and again a consistent 39.86 for Ashleigh McCONNELL of Australia as she just drives home this advantage in the pool at the moment. So she's increasing her lead by swimming faster and faster over the last 100 meters. She's nearly 2 seconds quicker than she was in the previous 100.
We call it a negative split in swimming if you manage to complete the second half of your race faster than the first, and it looks as though Ashleigh McCONNELL could well be about to demonstrate that type of pacing, whereas Yuki MORISHITA really did give it everything a little bit too early, and her time's now dropping off. And there's McCONNELL, another 39 points. The last 350 meters have been so consistent by the Australian. What has she got for the final length of this 400-meter heat? Very consistent second half. She just turned at that 200-meter mark and just decided, I'm going to put the burners down, and she's maintained this new fast pace for the second half of the race. Very consistent, a race of two halves by the Australian Ashleigh McCONNELL. And now 15 meters ahead of MORISHITA. She comes into touch, a time of 5:16.28, just 3 seconds outside her qualifying time. Yuki MORISHITA of Japan will touch in second, 5:28.86, just outside her personal best. And Shanntol INCE a 5:31. Well, Ashleigh McCONNELL pleased with her pacing in that first heat of the women's 400 freestyle. Ashleigh McCONNELL 5:16.